Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New Orleans Saints. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Sunday.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This will go for 5 up to the 33. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Go. 20. Mike, 58, right there. Cut.
Wentz now on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not. How he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first. Down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Eagles' 42-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Recon, 152.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he's got some space here. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown as they start 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Watch 54, watch 54. Big stop, G. Big stop.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Wentz. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jannard Avery. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. From the gun, Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Go. Free! Don't let it free! Don't let it free!
From the gun, it's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 45. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments.
That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Crack. 40.
To throw, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Lamb. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Marcus Davenport in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Mike 57. Oh, you got deep?
Off the play fake. Herbert. His throw incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, and it's third down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
To throw on third down. Herbert. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On second down, Kamara. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Eagles coming up here on a third and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Now a play fake. Wentz. He wants it all for the end zone. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down. Fourth down, so Trevor Daniel on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is.
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 30, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 50 yards. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Got it.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On third down, Herbert. Open man is Michael Thomas. Give him 30 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Bravo.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Let's go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
You got nothing.
Smooth.
57 to Mike. Mike, 57.
Check pass. Check pass.
57. Mike, 57.
Protein spill. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Herbert steps away to his left. There he goes inside the 30. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
Come on, D.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. It's Hill, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Here we go, set. 30 base.
Bandit. Bandit.
Let's go.
From the gun, Herbert. The quick slant caught. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
6-6, pull it high.
2nd and 2. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
Looking to throw. Herbert, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Makes the score Saints 41, Eagles nothing. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
It's our time. It's our time.
Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They do go for it. It's Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
On the double.
Mike, what's happening? Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
57. Mike, 57. Yeah, that's what I do.
Greystone, travel.
36.
5.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to pour it on. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Wentz going to throw. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially lost, and that's going to lead to a loss, and that's going to lead to a The Eagles on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's into the clear. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. Okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
14 yards there and an Eagle first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot, not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes you take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Wentz now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself. But you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, and down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Sheldon Rankins in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
We got to get to the ball, team. Great 15. Great 15.
Kill, kill, kill.
Chopper, chopper.
Play action. Now Wentz. Finds a seam inside the 40. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And finally down at the 32-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on the pickup of 13. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And then when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's make these babies cry. Ready?
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 2nd down now, Benjamin. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Ready. 60-or.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.